Hi, this is Sarah from Posh Pooch Designs, and this is part 2 of how to make our spring flowers coaster. In part 1, I showed you how to make the center of the flower and the ruffles. For part 2, I'm going to show you how to make the leaves and how to attach them to the back of your coaster. And what you're going to need is your H hook, and you're going to need some green worsted weight yarn, number 4, or any yarn you want to use. Your leaves don't have to be green. Now you'll find this pattern in the comments. I'll put the link so that you'll have that. And you'll also need a needle to weave in your ends and to sew your leaves together and onto your coaster. And you'll need a pair of scissors just to clip those yarn ends. All right. While I got you for a second, go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube channel so you don't miss out on any of our video tutorials. Going to move the screen down. Now, the first thing we'll need to do is chain 16. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 16 chains. In the second chain from the end, 1, 2, we're going to stitch a slip stitch. Then we'll stitch 2 more slip stitches in the next 2 for 3 slip stitches. Then you will put 1 single crochet in the next 3 chains. 1, 2, 3. Then you'll put 1 double crochet in the next 3 chains. 1, 2, 3. Then you'll put 1 single crochet in the next 3 chains. 1, 2, 3. Then you'll put 1 slip stitch in the next 2 chains, 1, 2, and then 2 slip stitches in the last chain. So 1, 2. And as you can see, that's one side of the leaf. And you can see the shape of the leaf starting to form. Now we're going to stitch in the opposite side of the chain. Let's get that string out of the way. Then we're going to put 2 slip stitches in that last slip stitch. 1, 2. Get in there, hook. There we go. I don't know what it was doing. All right, then we're going to stitch 1 slip stitch in the next 2, as basically we're doing the opposite of we did coming down. Now we're going to put 3 single crochets, 1 in the next 3 stitches. 1, 2, 3. Then we're going to do 1 double crochet in the next 3 chains. 1, 2, 3. Then we're going to put 1 single crochet in the next 3 chains. 1, 2, 3. You can see our leaf is forming. And then 1 slip stitch in the last 3 chains. There's 1, 2, and 3. And then you'll join right to that first slip stitch just for a nice finish edge. Tie off. And here you have your leaf. Now you'll want to weave in your end, of course. And the way I do that, thread my needle, and on the back side here where the thread is, I just kind of weave it in and out for a little ways. clip that off and then stretch that back out a little bit, and then it's all weaved in. Now you want to keep about a little bit of a length on here, you know, 6, 8, maybe even 10 inches, because we need to sew our leaves together. Now I already have 3 leaf pieces here. Pull these back so that you can see them. And it looks a little messy, but what I do is I thread the one and I just stitch it a couple of stitches just like that, and then I take it to the back. Weave it in, clip the stitch. So now I have 2 together. Then I take the next one and make sure they're all facing up. You don't want one of them to be facing down or it won't look right. And I do the same thing. I just go in, put a couple of stitches, and weave that one to the back. And then I do the same thing with the last one. And stitch that one together, weaving in all those ends. And I did just 3. Now you can do more if you feel like you want more leaves, but I just liked the 3 of them. And of course then you need to weave in the ends. And we'll move that aside and I'll show you the back. And what I do is once those are sewn and all the ends are weaved in, I just first of all I sew at the center and kind of tack it down. Make sure you only go through the back layer so you don't come through the front. And then I take my needle and some thread and I tack it here, not in the ruffle, in the edge of the circle so it shows. And that keeps it in place. And then you have your coaster. I like to push the ruffles up because it's so much prettier. And as I showed you before, your cup sits great, your mug, cup of soda, and there you have it. Well, thank you for watching part 2 of how to make the spring flowers coaster. And I hope that you'll make some and post some to my Facebook page. I'd love to see the things that people make with my patterns. And like I said, this is a free pattern on my blog, and I'll put that link in the comments. Well, thank you. Remember to subscribe and check back often because we are having so much fun making these videos. And I have so much more planned. And I learn something new every day making them. And I love the comments that people say because it helps me learn and grow. So have a great day.